Hi, welcome back to another Cook Along Live. This week we're going to make pantry tuna and sweet corn fish cakes with sweet potato fries. This one I've never done before, so bear with me. What we're going to do first is we're going to make our sweet potato fries. What to do is just peel your sweet potato. A bit of a heads up on this recipe, it is a bit of a messy one when we get into doing the fish cakes. So might be a good one for kids to get involved in, because we all know kids love making mess. So sweet potato isn't the easiest one to peel as well, as I'm kind of probably showing you. This is one of the most cost-effective recipes that we've ever done on Cook Along Live. It's kind of using stuff that could be at the back of your cupboards. Will it be from the mashed potato to your tinned sweet corn and your tinned tuna? It is a very cost-effective recipe. Okay, so we have roughly peeled our sweet potato. Just cut off the tops, off the ends, off them. And then what you're going to do is you're going to, oh, that was a close one. You're going to just chop in half. Just be careful of obviously your fingers. And then you're going to chop in half again, so quarter the sweet potatoes. Once you've got them quartered, you just have to kind of cut them up like wedges. And then you'll have them like this. And then you're just going to chop them into like chip-like things. When you have finished doing them, just chuck them into your air fryer basket. Like I've said in all this series, if you have a single basket air fryer, you can make the chips and then make the fish cakes. If you don't have an air fryer at all, you can put these into the oven. Just drizzle it with a little bit of olive oil, chuck them in the oven at about 200 or gas mark 5 for around about 20 to 25 minutes. But really only until they're kind of cooked. So what an alternative as well, if you don't think your kids would eat sweet potato fries, we at the Penny Pit do tiger fries as well, which is kind of a mixture between sweet potato fries and normal chips. So if you wanted, you could use just normal potato. It gives you the same results, or mix and match, so you have both. That also kind of goes down well. When you start chopping them up, it can kind of give you that you might not need all the sweet potatoes we've gave you, or what you've peeled. So to save on food waste, you could just chop or peel one at a time and see, because one sweet potato has made, I'll just show you how many chips it's made once I've chopped up this one. So just chop these final ones. So one sweet potato, and it wasn't actually a very big sweet potato, has made this amount of chips. So if you're looking at about a family of 4, you're probably only looking at about 1.5 sweet potatoes you're going to need to feed all of you guys. So that's what I'll do. I'll chop up half another one. And then we just chop them again. There's no need to preheat your air fryers. It's a question that we get quite a bit on our cooking groups is, do you need to preheat them? You don't, because the heat component is so close to the food itself. It's one of the benefits of cooking in an air fryer is that you don't need to preheat it. So that is. I'm just going to do one more quarter, just because we have the sweet potato there anyway. Doesn't really matter if there's skin left on. You can, especially for just normal potatoes, the skin. Just make sure you wash the potato, but it's not harmful to have the skin there. Right. So we now have our sweet potato all chopped up. What we're going to add into that is we're going to add in some olive oil. Just give it a bit of mix. And then we're going to put that in for about 10 minutes. You're going to do it about 180 for 10 minutes. 180 for 10 minutes. And put that on. So now that the sweet potato is started, we're going to look at our fish cakes. These fish cakes are really good for a cheap option. I'm just going to clear this away. We haven't used fresh potatoes. We've used our packet mix. Now, not normally would we actually endorse packet mixes, but if you've got it lying in your pantry, kind of not getting used, it's the best time to use it, is in a recipe that it's not the main dish, it's just a substitute kind of thing to add in to fill up the fish cakes. So to your bowl of about 400 grams of mashed potato, you're going to add in your tuna, just make sure we get all that tuna in. Yeah, all that tuna in. Add in your sweet corn. And then what you're going to add in is you're going to add 2 teaspoons of parsley. One teaspoon of garlic granules. You can only put 1 teaspoon. I like to put quite a bit of garlic granules in it. If you don't like garlic granules, you don't like the taste of garlic, then you can kind of reduce it to half a teaspoon. It's completely up to you. So add that in. And you're going to add in your lemon zest as well. I'm just going to mix this in just now. before we add in our lemon zest. So you're just mixing it in. This is a good weekday dinner. Yes, it is a bit of a faff to actually prep it, and it does make a bit of a mess. But getting the kids involved in cooking it is always better. They always buy into it more if they've helped cook it. And you're going to add the zest of half a lemon. So you just go round the lemon, making sure to just get the yellow bit, not the white bit. If you get the white bit of the lemon, it gives it a bit of a tart taste to it, so a bit more sour. So you just want to get the yellow bit off it. Just be careful of your fingers on the... Cool. On the grate. And then you're going to mix that in. So that is your fish cakes mixture all done, and that's how it should look. This is how it should look. Sorry, my dog's in the way. Okay, so it's all kind of mixed in. It might look like a sandwich filler just now, but it won't once you've finished the recipe. So now what you're going to do is you're going to put a bowl together. Just going to get rid of them. Just put that in the way. Okay. So on the first bowl, you're just going to crack a egg into a bowl and then beat it. Okay. In the second, so on the plate, one of the plates, you're going to add some flour. And then on the last plate, you're going to add some breadcrumbs. Now you can either use breadcrumbs like shop bought, like what I'm doing, or you can use stale bread in the house that you have, and you can just whisk it up in a food processor, and that gives you the breadcrumbs. So you've got your three. How you're going to make the fish cakes is, now this is the messy part. You can put it onto a plate, that's how I would do it, and then just roll it up in a ball. Make sure it's compact. And then one at a time, you're going to dip it into the egg, then you're going to cut it in the flour, then you're going to put it in the egg, and then you're going to put it into the breadcrumbs. So you dip it into the flour. All right. Then you put it into the egg. And then you're going to put it into the breadcrumbs. It is quite a messy one, like you see me doing, and I'm actually probably quite slaughtered in this. And then you've got your fish cake ready to put into your make sure it's really compact, because if you've not got it so compressed, then it can disintegrate when you put it into the flour or when you put it into the egg. So put it into the flour. Put it into the egg. Yep. And then put it into the breadcrumbs. Now, it doesn't have to be round. Oh, it doesn't have to be round. No. It doesn't have to be round. It can be any shape or size. I'm just going to get my dog down. Down, down, down. It doesn't have to be round. It doesn't have to be... it can be any shape or size. You kind of want it to be around about the same size across all of them, just so then they get the same equal cooking. But again, just be careful with it. Put it in there. Be careful when it goes in. And then put it in. I mean, it does go everywhere. I'm just going to wash my hands quickly. Okay. So, with these, I'm just going to give the sweet potato a bit of a mix up. When you've got the them like that, you're just going to spray them with olive oil, and then you're going to put it into your air fryer. It's a big one. And you're going to put them in your air fryer for around about 10 minutes at 200 degrees for 10 minutes. Now, your sweet potato fries aren't ready just yet, so what you want to do is you just want to leave them just now, kind of stewing away. Alternatively, if you need the basket to carry on with the fish cakes, what I would do is I would just put it in for now like 7 minutes. Just to give it a last kind of cook. Then I would just kind of top up my free areas and start again. So. That's maybe the bit where you get your kids involved, when it's the messy bit. I know if we were doing this at school cooking or in any other cooking scenario, when we're around kids, this is when I would be getting the kids to get their hands dirty. I always think messy play and messy kind of getting your hands dirty as a child makes it just that little bit more fun. And like I said before, if they've had a point or a chance to get involved, then they're more likely to eat something that they've made rather than something that's just been put on the table for them. So at the Penny Pit, we really want children to get involved in cooking. It's one of the best and the most useful life skills that we as adults can give children, is the opportunity to learn how to cook, the opportunity to kind of eat healthily, be able to maintain a budget of cooking. If it wasn't for them, if it's not a thing that you would want to cook with them or you want them to be ready, maybe get them to go to the shops with you and price it, giving them some kind of numeracy task um, based on kind of the age of the child, I guess. My dog is smelling the fish just now. That's why he's kind of around us. So, right. That. Watch. Egg left. And then I'm not making this look easy. Just coat it, put it in. I mean, like I said, it doesn't always come in shapes and sizes. Round is obviously ideal, but doesn't need to be. What we're going to do is we're probably going to need more egg. We'll add more egg into here. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get some tongs. When they're about halfway through their cook, which is actually about now, what I would do here is I would just flip them over. If you can. If not, wait until they're cooked for the whole 10 minutes and then flip them over for another 5 minutes at the end. Okay, we're on to our last, probably around about 3. This should feed a family of 4, with maybe a couple of fish cakes. What I would normally serve this with if I was at home myself would be maybe peas and obviously your sweet potatoes. So, yeah, you're just dipping it, coating it, and then putting it over. If you don't have an air fryer, what I would be doing this on would be either you can put in a frying pan and fry them just in a small bit of oil, or if you don't have that, you can put it into the oven as well, just at again 200, kind of the same as what you've put in your sweet potatoes, and just gently now. Yeah, people are probably saying, why would you make fish cakes when you can just buy them? It's not that hard to make fish cakes. I might be making it look a bit harder than it actually is, but it's not that hard at all to make fish cakes. Yes, it might take a bit of time. It doesn't take a bit of effort. Yeah, but actually, as things go, it's not a hard one to make. It's not a hard one to have. You for this recipe, you'll have most of it probably around the house already. It's a relatively cheap recipe to fill um, a full family. Now, that's all the fish cakes we have. I mean, like I say, they're not all the same size. Do I care? No, I don't. So, and you might have just heard that in the background. That is our fries finished, and that is what they look like. Right, so what we're going to do is we've just emptied the fries out just now, just so we can add in more fish cakes. And then what you're going to do is you're just going to do the same thing again. Spray it with olive oil and then put it in for 10 minutes at 200. Our other fish cakes that we put in obviously like 10 minutes ago, they are cooking away. I could probably switch two of them over. I don't know about the big one. The big one's still kind of falling apart. Just be careful not to burn yourself, obviously, on the fish cakes because they are quite hot. They are the air frying baskets. Apart from that, that is us kind of done. I'll come back in about 5 minutes to see how the fish cakes turn out once the air fryer is finished. Once the air fryer is finished the first time, put it in for another 5 minutes just to crisp it up a little bit more. And to brown them, again, that would just be adding that bit more of olive oil on the top. Apart from that, just keep it kind of working round until all your fish cakes are cool or cleaned or all cooked, sorry, and then that'll be us done. So come back in 5 minutes and we'll see what the fish cakes look like. Okay, so that is our air fryers kind of nearly done. So what we have is we have our sweet potato fries that we made earlier. And also you've got your fish cakes. They come out like this. How you know they're cooked is that they're kind of golden brown and crispy. Just be careful, obviously, when you're taking it out of the air fryer because they can be quite hot. If they do break up in the air fryer, there's no issues with that either. Because at the end of the day, you're going to have to break it up to eat them. And we'll just check on these ones. So, just if you have time, just flip them over. I'm going to show you what they should look like on the camera. That's what they should look like. Come back next week, same time, Tuesday, 4 o'clock, to see what we're going to get up to and what we're going to cook. Catch you in a bit.